Good day everyone. Today we will continue our discussion further with the atomic structure. So in the last class we were talking about limitations of Bohr model of atom, because of which it was discarded, although it was a very successful model of atom. So if you have not seen the previous lecture, I will add the link in the description. आप वहां से जाके देख सकते हैं. Now we have to talk about क्वांटम मैकेनिकल मॉडल ऑफ एटम. अब हमें क्वांटम मैकेनिकल मॉडल ऑफ एटम के बारे में बात करनी है. But before talking about quantum mechanical model of atom, we have to talk about some developments which played a very vital role towards the formulation of quantum mechanical model of atom. And these developments were dual behavior of matter and Heisenberg uncertainty principle. So let us talk about them first before going to quantum mechanical model of atom. So first let us talk about dual behavior of matter. Okay, चलिए पहले बात करेंगे regarding dual behavior of what? Matter. Okay. Now, in this we will be talking about de Broglie equation. हम de Broglie equation के बारे में बात करेंगे. जैसा कि आपको नाम से ही पता चल रहा होगा, dual behavior of matter. So de Broglie proposed that रेडिएशन की तरह मैटर का भी डुअल नेचर होता है. डी ब्रॉगली ने क्या कहा? डी ब्रॉगली प्रपोज्ड दैट मैटर लाइक रेडिएशन हैज डुअल नेचर. इट हैज पार्टिकल नेचर एज वेल एज वेव नेचर. मैटर का पार्टिकल नेचर भी होता है और वेव नेचर भी होता है. This prediction of de Broglie was confirmed experimentally when an electron beam underwent diffraction, and diffraction is a characteristic of wave. ठीक है. So electron has particle nature and electron beam underwent diffraction, which is a characteristic of wave. So electron has particle nature as well as electron beam has wave nature. So this confirmed the prediction of de Broglie that matter has dual nature. So if matter has wave nature, then de Broglie gave an equation to calculate wavelength associated with a material particle. de Broglie ने एक इक्वेशन दी जिससे आप क्या कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं? You can calculate wavelength associated with a material particle. Okay, so let us see that equation. उस equation को देखते हैं. So de Broglie equation is something like this: lambda is equal to h divided by m into v. Okay, so here lambda represents what? Lambda represents wavelength associated with material particle. Wavelength associated with material particle. Okay, h is a constant which is Planck's constant. M represents mass of the material particle and v represents velocity of the material particle. So using this equation you can calculate wavelength associated with a material particle. Now this equation can also be written in terms of momentum. Momentum के terms में भी इस equation को लिखा जा सकता है. कैसे? You know product of mass and velocity is momentum. Momentum is what? Product of mass and velocity of the particle. So we can write this equation as h by p also. H by p also, where p represents what? Momentum associated with the particle. Now if you look at de Broglie equation, here lambda is inversely proportional to mass of the particle. अगर पार्टिकल का मास ज्यादा होगा तो उसके साथ जो एसोसिएटेड वेवलेंथ होगी दैट विल बी स्मॉल. So de Broglie equation has no significance for heavier particles. अगर particles बहुत heavy होते हैं तो इस equation का significance उतना नहीं होता है because wavelength associated with heavier particles is very small and is difficult to measure. Okay. Now this equation has significance for smaller particles जिनका mass कम होता है like electron. So this is all about de Broglie equation which is used to calculate wavelength associated with a material particle, and this equation has significance for small और lighter particles. Heavier particles के लिए इस equation का उतना significance नहीं होता because in case of heavier particles wavelength associated with the material particle will be very small and difficult to measure. So kindly go through this topic from the textbook. एक बार इसको textbook से पढ़ लीजिएगा. Try to go through some questions on this topic. Okay. So we will continue to talk about the atomic structure, and we will talk about the second development, that is Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, in the next class. But today we will keep it till here only. Thank you so much.